Hello. Welcome, friends. It is Thursday night. Time to play with our crafty goodies. Hello, Evelyn. Trying to make the comments work on my laptop so we can get started. There we go. Hey, Ellen. So, tonight I kind of decided at the last minute what I was going to do because I was busy making new stuff for the new release. And I'm very excited about that. I'm trying to lighten up my screen a little bit so you guys can see a little better. Hey, Susie.
Hey, Ellen. We missed you last night.
Yeah. So I decided that I was going to play with some of my fun goodies that I have in stock to just mix it up a little bit tonight. Hey, Sandra. So I have this adorable butterfly. It says, I'm fluttering by and suddenly forgot why. And I just love that. Oh, the weather messed with your internet. Oh, what a bummer. Hey, Sandra. It's so happy to see you here. Looks super dark. I know. Dale's working on fixing that for me right now. That's why I haven't really started yet. So, yeah, he's working on that. You'll have to turn the light too. Yeah, like that. It's still pretty dark, though. It must be something I have on here. Hang on, let me see if I can lighten this up. Ah, looky, looky. There we go. How's that? Is that better? Is that better, everyone? Ooh, look at that butterfly. Isn't it adorable? Okay, that should be much better. Way better. Okay. Yes, I just got this stamp in because I just love this butterfly, but I think that we can do some really beautiful stuff with this. So I thought we would play with that, and then I have this paper pad from Not Too Shabby. It's called Denim and Daisies, and I love it. So I want to use that as well. We have a new release coming next week, not this weekend, but next weekend. And I have been working on some new stuff for that. So I've been a little distracted during the day and haven't had time to really think about what we're going to do tonight. So we're just winging this because it's fun. And we can craft anytime we want, doing anything we want. So I thought this would be fun.
And be on the lookout Monday because I'll be posting a teaser trailer.
It's teaser trailer coming on Monday. So I just got this stamp, so I thought it would be fun. So because it's rubber stamps, and I don't usually get rubber stamps, I have to take this out of my MISTI in order to stamp because it's thicker.
Hello, Beth.
Than it's a thicker stamp than the photopolymer, so it will still stick to my MISTI, but I have to give it more space to be able to do that. And I haven't primed it or anything, so I'm going to go ahead and just wipe it off just to make sure we don't have any problems with it. I'm glad to see you all here. Sounds interesting. Wait till you see the trailer. I can't wait to see what you guys think once you see it. It's going to be a party month. It's a party month. I'm so excited. Look, you can see these little things all over my desk. I was working on sequins shaker bits today, so I have leftover stuff on my desk, which is fine. Hello, Beth. All right, let's see how we do with this. I haven't stamped this one, so I don't really know exactly what it's going to look like when we stamp it, so we'll just roll with it as we go. Is anybody going to be crafting along with me? You can use any animal, any little butterfly or whatever that you have. You can craft right along with me. Oh my goodness. That worked so well. It's so cute. I can't even with that cute little butterfly. Oh my gosh. So adorable. Lots to celebrate. So much to celebrate this month. It's almost 1 year for the shop. It's my birthday. It's Dale's birthday. It's the new release. So many things. So many things. So many fun things to do.
Does Sandra have a new release she has coming out?
Sandra, when's your next release? Or you just had one, didn't you, recently? I haven't gotten a chance to order mine yet. I need to. Hi, Bumblebee friends. June birthday is loading. That's right, Tamara. It's gonna be a party. All right, I'm gonna put this back in so I don't misplace it since it's see-through. And I don't want to mess that up. So we'll just put that in there. And I'll set that aside because I don't need it. I just need our little stamped image so we can work on coloring it. So I'm going to zoom in. Looks like I'm a little bit too light now, so see if I can darken it just a little. Zoom in, focus. There we go. That's helpful. I think that's really good. I'll turn this light just a little bit, see if it helps out. Yep, there we go. Perfect. It feels like the minute after I do one, I'm working on the next. Yes, I understand completely, Sandra. Completely what you're talking about. I mean, we haven't even released this one and Dale's already whizzing on to the next. Okay, so our papers that I want to use, and I'm not sure which one yet, but are from this set. So as you can see, there's a lot of yellow and blue and green and a little bit of this orangey color in there. So since we know those are the colors in the packet, we're going to focus on those colors for this image so it all matches up nicely. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with the eyes. The eyes have it. Oh, you're welcome, Sandra. No problem. Of course, we love your stuff. Yes, this is a cute butterfly. This is Unity Stamps. It was part of one of their kits of the month, but now you can get it just by itself. So there's the pupil here, and then there's a color that you'll put right here, but then these big whites of the eyes. I like to use the C3 and just kind of go around the edge with it. And this is going to just kind of almost give it that glassy eyeball effect, which is why I tend to do this when I have really big eyes, like really big eyes. We'll focus on that first so we don't pull any color into the eyes. That was C3, and now we're going to use C1, and we're going to just move out a little bit further and kind of soften that edge. We're not going to do the whole inside of the eye, just these areas right here to soften that up a little bit. And look, it already looks super cool. Then I'm going to grab my colorless blender. I just bought a new colorless blender, and I already had two, and now I can't even find them. Oh wait, I think I just found it. I only ordered a new one because I never can find the one I'm looking for. So now what we're going to do is we're going to push that gray back towards the edge. So I'm going to color right along here and kind of push that color back. I want to keep that gray around the outside of the eyes, and then this colorless blender will whiten back up once the paper dries because it's kind of wet right now. And then it'll give it a little bit different look than the white of the background paper, so you can kind of see it now. It's a little bit gray, makes it look more rounded and more like an eyeball than matching the white of your paper. So when I have big eyes, I like to do that. Now we're going to switch where we're going to work on the extra stuff, and we'll do the butterfly last because I haven't decided if we're going to do the butterfly in yellow or orange or what. So for now, I'm going to work on the branch and the leaves. And the green color that's in this paper pack is kind of a bright yellow green. So I'm going to use brighter colors for the leaves, like YG17, YG03, and YG21 are the three colors that I'm going to use for these little leaves that are on this tree.
Hey, Drea.
Hey, Drea. And then I'm going to put the darkest like right in the center of the leaf. I mean, these are tiny leaves, so we don't need a whole lot in there. But just a little bit to give them definition. So I'm going to do that on all of them. Kind of sticking with the artist drawn lines for now. There we go. And we're almost there. A little bit here, a little bit here. There's one little one right there. Okay. So we have a little bit in there right now. Now I'm going to go with the YG03, and anything that's really small I'm going to finish with this color, and anything that's bigger like these I'm going to still leave a small space around the whole outside for the lighter color. So I think I'll do that with these ones right here as well. And then once they get this small, they're just going to be finished with this color. I think I'll do this whole one with this color. Then this little one, this one because it's in shadow. This one I'm going to leave some space for the last color. This one I'm going to leave some space. This one I'm going to color in. It's just a personal choice at this point. You can decide which ones you want to color all the way and which ones you want to use an additional color on. It's kind of up to you. There's no right or wrong. It's just whatever you think. I know, look at the eyes. They're just glowing for you right now. That's why I love to do that step. It's a small step. It's super easy, but if it gets missed, you're just missing that little bit of extra oomph that you can show in your image. So I'm using this YG21, which is a little more yellow around the edges of the ones that I didn't complete with the last color. I'm going to go over this one too. Just so we have a little bit different tone on some of the flowers than we have on the others. Kind of just brings a variety to the whole thing. I really like that. Okay, So now we have some greenery. Now we have to work on the branch. So I'm just going to use 2 colors on the branch. So I'm going to use 27 and 23 in the E color family. Just 2 colors because it's pretty small. I'm going to do the underside of the branch here with the 27. And then I'll come back through with the 23, and finish it. There we go. I'm also going to add just a little bit within these ones that are hanging down below. Even though it's already a straight line, I just feel like it'll give it a little bit extra. So not on all of them, just on the ones that are not sitting on the tree, because I feel like it gives it just a little extra. There we go. And then E23, we're going to finish this off, so I'm going to do it by dragging the darker color into the light. All the way down. Careful when I'm next to the greenery. There we go. Now we have all of that done. We may have to do a little more with our card this time than we normally do. I want to put a little bit of blue in the butterfly, but I also want the majority to be like a yellow with a little bit of that yellow orange. I'm thinking that that yellow orange is probably close to the YR23. That's my guess anyway. That just kind of gives it that a little bit of that orangey look, even though it's not technically not orange. I think we could probably get away with going as deep as the YR24 and we'd be okay. So I think I'm going to hold these 2 colors out, YR23 and 24. And then I want to go very yellow, bright yellow, but I want to stick with some of the yellows in these papers, because I don't know which one I want to use yet. So I'm going to keep these out so I can make sure that my yellows are going to match that really bright yellow. So I think I'm going to try this combination I used to do a long time ago, but I just don't really do that much anymore. So this is Y18. It's a deep, buttery, light yellow. And then Y15, which is a little bit lighter than that. Y13 kind of starts bringing it into the bright yellow. And then Y11 is very soft yellow. So I think we get all the different varieties. I think that's enough to bring out both the dark and the light in yellow, so I feel pretty good with those colors, so I think we're going to stick with those. And then these little circles that are on the butterfly, I think I want them to be in a blue color because of the blue on the background of these. So I think I'm going to do them with B97, 95, and 93 so that we have some blue in there. So that's my plan. And I think I'm going to stick to that. So I'm going to use these 2 darker colors of yellow before I go into the lighter yellows. I'm going to move them over to the other side of my paper. I'm going to use them for all of my shadow and deep shadow colors. And also, I think I'm going to do it for the body. I wonder if I should make the body a different color. maybe we should do blue on the body. Let's just go all out and do blue on the body. So I'm not going to put any of this yellow on the body. We're going to start with the wings. I'm going to want the edge of these wings, I think, to be a darker color. So I'm going to start those with this really dark color. And I'm going to keep it close to the inside. So I'm holding the marker upright so I can get a super thin line there. So we're going to start, I think it goes all the way down to here, even though you can't really see it on that side, but this side you can. And then a bit here along this edge. And then we're going to do that really tiny line. I'm going to turn this around so I'm going in the same direction so I can get that line really skinny like I got on the other side. And then a little bit here. And I think we're going to do around the bottom as well. Just start building up that edge around that outside of this butterfly. A little bit thicker on the bottom than I did on the top. You know they're not going to be perfect on both sides because the image isn't drawn like that, so it's going to be a little bit different. Alright, I'm going to finish the outside of those wings with this YR23. I'm also going to add a little bit of it in the shadow areas. So want to keep these outsides a different color than the inside of the butterfly. I like this butterfly because it's funny and a little on the quirky side, so you can do whatever you want with it. It doesn't look like most of the butterflies I see are like realistic butterflies, so you kind of feel like you want to stay a little with the realistic color. So I'm going to add a little bit around here. And a little bit around here, this darker color. There we go. Just a little bit around the body, not a whole lot. So how are you guys doing today? Tomorrow is Friday. Are you excited that the week is almost up? I am. I wish today was Friday. I feel like I need a break from work. I feel like I work all the time. The lines on here are a little bit wonky, so I'm just kind of doing whatever I want with it. It would make sure that everybody's looks a little different no matter how they do it, because the lines give you the capability of switching things up if you want. Alright, I am going to extend, but I'm going to go around these circles because I want to make them blue. In some areas I will extend the color. And other areas, I will keep it short. It will give me a little bit of a design. This one looks like the artist had a little bit of a design on this side, but not on this side. So we're just going to play with it however we want to do it. We're going to kind of ignore those lines a little bit. Just put our shadow in there. Had to do more walking than I wanted, so feeling it. Oh, I see. Yeah, that can be pretty exhausting for sure. I saw your pictures on Facebook. Very nice, Susie. This is one of those images that you can color really fast if you want, or you can take your time if you want to see a lot of detail in it, which is what we're doing tonight.
Says, love the googly eyes.
You do? Me too. They're so cute. I love big eyes on images because they just make it so cute and unique. So with Y15, I'm going to continue to go from here, extending out, but I'm also going to go along the edge coming from the other direction, which I'll show you in a moment, so that I can keep the lightest color right along here. I'm going to go from this end. I'm going to skip that circle because I want to make it blue, and if I put yellow in there, it'll end up green, and I don't want that. And then we're going to move on to this one down here, extending just a little bit in all the directions, and then come in a little bit on this side. So we're kind of doing both areas. Those eyes give them such a fun character. Yes, I agree. The eyes are what sold me on this image. I wanted it because the eyes just made me like it so much. And you can still get this. It's available at Unity Stamps. I don't have an affiliate link, so you can just go straight to Unity Stamps to pick it up. I'm going to go around the edge here and then in. She had more of Mario Brothers, and then she also had 101 Dalmatians, and her little Cruella de Vil was amazing. I still need to order mine. I haven't ordered it yet. So cute. Love the golden color. Oh yeah, me too. I'm really liking it. I usually do more of purples and pinks and stuff, but I really wanted to give this one a matching look to the paper I wanted to use. Leaving that center part for the lightest color. So that's why we didn't finish this off, because we still have one more color we want to work with. This is going to be a very soft butterfly. It's going to be like you're going to want to touch it, you know? Just like so soft looking.
The eyes give an expression of like, what? Just a butterfly.
Yes. And I'm going to use the funny sentiment for it, so it's going to be one of those where it's like, what is happening? What is happening? Now I'm going to use Y11 to finish it off, so when I do it, I'm going to do a bit of back and forth like this to fill that in and soften the color. Same thing down here, and I'm not using a lot of pressure. I don't want to put a heavy load of color on there. I want to kind of keep that contrast light and dark. Then this one down here. There we go. See, the outside of the wings look so good with that darker color on them. They just give it that unique design. Okay, we're going to use the blues now. We're going to make the body blue and the little spots. blue. So usually when I do the spots, I do the outside and then get lighter as I go in, but I'm going to do the opposite today. It's sunshine. The weather's bad there, Beth. You might lose signal. Oh, that would be a bummer. But remember, we always upload these to YouTube, so you can always watch it later. Now I want this to appear fuzzy, so I am going to put just a few of these, like little fuzzy lines around the outside, and we'll blend out with them a little bit more with the next color. And then we'll be a little bit more detailed underneath the neck, so a little bit thicker. And then we're also going to put some of these around here. We want his body to look fuzzy for sure. And then we have to have a little bit up here. And then I'm going to do pretty solid right in between the eyes here and right here. And just get a little bit of the really solid color right there. Not going to go all the way under the eyes till I use the next color. And then on these, I'm just going to do the little bit of a little circle inside these. Right, probably the second circle in there, leaving the center part open. I'll do that with another color. But this dark blue is really going to make those eyes stand out. You love the yellow and blue? Me too. And goes with this daisies, this denim and daisies pack, which I like so much. Okay, so we only chose 3 colors. So first I'm going to go fill in around this fuzzy area. Make sure that we have enough of that going around the edge. Kind of fill that in. And then I'm going to come around this part and soften that. And then I'm going to do inside as well. He'll look a little more smooth on the inside, but we need a little bit of that fuzzy on the outside. There's not a whole lot more up here, so I'm going to finish the top of his head with this color. And then completely under the eyes. Soften this a little bit. Under the eye again. And then I'm going to flip him upside down, and I'm going to do a little bit of this brush stroke from the bottom. If we wanted it to be darker blue, we could have used the B99, but I went ahead and just started with B97. Oops, we almost forgot this. So we're going to go around where the outside where we put that first color. This one will finish it off because it's just a tiny, tiny spot. There we go. And then with the B93, we're going to go back and forth and kind of smooth that a little bit. We're just going to do it one time, and then we're going to go back in and work this line a little bit to soften it up. And then we're going to do the back and forth this way on this part right here. And then I'm going to go in and soften those edges so we get a nice smooth color. There we go. Very nice and smooth. It's a beautiful blue and yellow combo. I'm so glad you like it. All right, we're going to go around the outside of this blue and then touch the center so the center gets colored in as well. So around this outside and then just touch the center. And that gives us our beautiful butterfly. So Copics don't make yellows and blues turn green. Oh, yes, they can. That's why I didn't put the yellow here. If you put the yellow on there, which we already did right here, and then you go over it with this one, it's going to change it to a pale green. A bluish green. So I didn't want to do that, so I didn't put any yellow base within any of the blue areas. I think I'm going to do these little antennas in the yellow colors, so I think I'm going to grab Y18 and do them in the Y18. It's not quite as dark as this outline, but it's definitely dark enough you can see the yellow color in there. Okay, now we need to do the eyes. So there's a part of the eye that you can see, and I feel like I'm going to need B97 and 95. So I'm going to go real close up towards the eye right here, almost in the black a little bit. And then I'm going to do a few of these artist drawn lines in there to give that little look of eyeballs. It's going to look a little wonky, so just bear with me as I go along. B95, I'm going to go around the edge and fill it in. I'm going to do it on this side as well. It's pretty dark blue. And then I'm going to grab that G00 that I like to put on eyes to lighten them up a little bit. And I'm just going to do a little bit of back and forth to kind of lighten up a little line under these eyes. I may have to do it a second time. I just didn't want to oversaturate it. There's a lot of black in there, so it's a little bit hard to get it to really show up as nice as I like to do with other eyes. But I think it'll be just enough. I'm going to take my multi-liner and color in the black, and then you will really see the eyes pop. So I'm going to do one eye first so you can really see it. Oh, this is my wrong tip on the pen. I want the fine tip. And then I'm going to go around just the pupil area with this black, and then around that little white circle. It's big enough I can do it without coloring into the white. And then look at how much better this eye looks. I kind of don't like that shape all so much, so I'm going to fix it a little bit. There we go. But look at that up close. Like, let me zoom it in so you can really see it. Can you see the big difference between each eye? That's why we do that specifically, so you can see it a little bit better. Let me see if I can change. There we go. Take some of the bright off of this page so you can really see it. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'll still go over that white part with a white gel pen once the black dries. But look at his little eyes. That black really makes it pop. It does. And I think just because I want these little antennae to stick out just a tad, I think I'm going to go over those. It's not something I typically do, but I wanted it to stand out just a little bit more. And maybe his little legs. Maybe we should do his little legs. Just because you can't really see them all so well. Show he's standing on the little branch. He's so adorable. Yes, he is. So cute. Now, I have no idea how we're going to... I don't want to really cut him out because he has a branch. So, I need to decide while he's drying. I'm going to decide on the paper. So, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can see it all. And I think what I want to do is maybe mix and match some of the papers. I think I like the little city. Let's see what else we have. I kind of like the solid blue. Do I like the daisies? Or do I like the flowers? I think I like the flowers. So I think I'm going to stick with those yellow daisies versus the white daisies. This is really one of my favorite paper packs I've had. It probably has something to do with the fact that I just love daisies. Gerber daisies are my favorite. Maybe I'll use this strip if I just need a strip versus cutting up another sheet of that paper, but we'll see. I think I'm going to do a little bit of a different card. I don't want to do just cut the paper and stick it on a card tonight. I want to do a little bit different. So I think maybe I don't know. Do I want to do a gatefold or a Z-fold or I don't know. I want to do something. Maybe we'll just cut all the papers in like different shapes and put them on there. Let's see. I have pulled out white and blue card bases, so both of those will surely match. I think I want this one. I think I'm just going to cut it out. I was going to cut it in a square, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe we want to use one of the dies that I have. Why not use a die? Because, you know, that'll give it a really unique shape. So let's see which die set I have. That I have these. I have something like this from Trinity Stamps. Hang on a second. I have something like this. Oh, I have circles too. I wonder if this circle would look good. I haven't even used these circles. Not quite big enough. Probably want to use this one. So I get, oh, that's going to look good. I like that. Let's use that. Let's use that one. Because I always use squares. I don't hardly ever use circles. So let's do that. I think that'll be fun. Yes, circle. You're with me. Came on late. This is adorable. Oh, thank you for joining those, Stacy. We're happy to have you here. Late or not, we're just happy. And if you love it and you want to see how we got to where we are, then I will be uploading this to YouTube and you'll be able to watch the replay. So no worries on that at all. I've lately been using my Big Shot because my Gemini is not working very well. Kind of torturing me. So it's dying. It's the third one that I've killed so far. So yeah, it's a little frustrating. So I'm going to take this one, this is blades down. get it where I want it. I want to make sure I get all those loops on there. And then I'm going to grab a piece of this washi tape that I just have laying over here. It's Charlie Brown. And just hold it still long enough to put it on this magnetic mat so I don't cut the image. Otherwise, we'll have to start over because I don't have a spare. I do not have a spare. When you cut this die, you have to be really careful when you take the cover off because all those little pieces come off. So let me just put that over the trash so I don't get them all over my desk. There we go. Oh, I got them all over my desk anyway. Look at that. Okay, they're all out of the die, so that's good. That means it's a good die. They all pop right on out of there. If you're a saver of scraps, you could use these in a shaker card or something, these little pieces, but that is not me, so I'm putting them over the trash can. All right, let's move my magnetic mat back down on the floor where the rest of it is. All right, so now let's see what we got. Look, so cute. Okay, I think what we need is for the background, we're going to have to get the die machine again, but we need a circle that will cut around so we can have a little bit of blue around the edge. So let's see if I have a circle die that'll work really good with that. Let me put this one back so I can put my dies up. And then let me pull out the circle dies and see if they'll fit with that. So that one was Whimsy. This one, I'm not sure who this one's from, but I know I have circles in here. Squares, where are they? Here they are. These are waffle flower. These are waffle flowers dies, and they come in all the shapes that you need. We know we don't need these little bitty ones. Although we could do some circles around the card. We could just go all circles. Let's see. What if we tried this one? That one is just a tad bit too small. That one, I think, is going to be a tad bit too big. Let's measure it with our ruler to see. It's just going to fit all the way across the card with this one. So let's try to do the smaller one. The next smaller one, which I believe is this one, which is just a little bit smaller than that one. It's the one that's real close to the edges of this, but I think it'll be just enough when we cut it out. So we won't be cutting it with that, we'll just be cutting it like this. And we'll just stick this on there. And I'm going to keep out some of these. I think I want to make some small little circles. So let me grab a few of those. Like maybe some like this. Maybe a little bigger. We'll just cut us a bunch of circles. I bet we could find something to do with them. Oops. There we go. We can just cut this whole thing at one time. Hi, Pam. How are you? Let's just put these close by so we can just use one little piece of tape. And then I'll put all these back so I don't lose them, because this is a lot of little bitty things. And I'll just put them, and again, it was waffle flour. It's called Nesting Circle Dies. Put those back in my little pocket so I don't lose them. Grab the machine again. And we'll cut those out. And maybe we'll just put some circles around. Here we go. I want to put them face down so that I don't mess them up. There we go. Those circles could be a dog paw. I like how you think. You always see other things in what you're looking at. It's really cool. All right, here we go. So there's one. Oops. Slippery little suckers. Here's one. Here's one. I'll save these tapes because I might want to cut some out of the... We're going to get a little picky now. We're going to keep these dies out. This is the small one, so it won't have a matching one, but we could cut some of the flowers out of this one and place them on top of these little ones, so not the smallest one, but, and probably not that one, but we could use this one to layer on top of that one, and I could just pick the flower that I want, so like that would put a whole flower in the center. So we're kind of making our own design series paper here. This one I think is that one, so we could use this one inside. So maybe I'll go with, oh, that's good right there. And yes, we're going to cut up this paper just for those little circles. Or we could use the yellow side. That's pretty too. I'm going to run this on the die machine while it's on the floor so you guys don't have to see me bring it up to the table again. And then I'll just bring this part back up here. Now we have flowers to go inside this one. Flowers to go inside this one. And then we have to put our dies away so we don't lose these little dies. Because I'm telling you, if I don't put them away now, I will lose them in a second. They may or may not be found. I'm still missing items I lost a long time ago. They'll show up one day, I have faith. I just don't know when. Alright. Let's see, what do we want to do with this now? This is what we call making it up as we go along. Spoil for choice with those papers. Okay, I definitely want to use this one as my background. So, I don't know. I think I want to use white. So, I'm going to cut the blue to go as a border behind this one, and then I'll cut this one. So, I'm going to go with very thin borders this time. So I'm going to cut this one. Instead of cutting it at 4, I'm going to cut it at 4 1/8. That's only 1/8 of an inch smaller around every side. So this would be 5 1/4. So I'm going to go in up here, just 5 3/8, 5 3/8, and that gives me my blue, which will go right here, but it won't leave a whole lot around the edges. It's just a very, very tiny, small border. And then this one I'll do at the 4 and 5 1/4. That's only 1/8 of an inch around all the sides. So the blue border will be really thin as well. Just like that. I think that's perfect. It's just a tiny, tiny little bit. And then we have to decide what we're going to do with all these circles and this cute little butterfly. So I'm going to fold my card. This is 100-pound cardstock right here. Where is my bone folder? This bone folder is from Trinity Stamps. I love, love, love it. Flying by the seat of your pants, but it is denim blue paper. You're right. I am flying by the seat of my pants tonight. There was no plan for this idea tonight. This was grab a stamp. I looked at Dale and I said, what am I going to do? I have 7 minutes to set up the live and grab something to do. And this is what we get when we fly by the seat of our pants. I'm gonna lay that down and then pick it up so I can get it placed, because I can't really see blue on my desk when the desk is blue. Hello, Mama. As you can see, Dale's in and out of the craft room and helping read some of the comments when he pops in. Nice. Alright, now that I have that exactly where I want it, I'm going to use my soda press and just press that all together nice and smooth. See, this one I can do on top when I'm placing it on there, because I can see the white, but the blue on blue with the background of the glass mat, I just can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and stamp the back of my card just so that it's already on there once I start layering up. I'm going to put this one on, and then we'll decide how we're going to design all these pieces we have to go on the front of this card. Sometimes the simplest, cutest designs make the best cards. Clean and simple, doesn't take long, turns out really nicely. I'm going to scoot that over just a little bit. I like this little town. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I kind of do. Okay, we have this big blue one, which I really wanted to put the butterfly on, because I thought it would be really cute to see the blue through all the loops. So we're definitely going to do that. I'm going to actually, I think I'm going to pop it up, actually. Why not? Why not pop it up? Let me grab some foam tape. I'm going to use this roll of foam tape because it'll be easier for me to do it in a circle. So I'll just cut, where's my sticky scissors? Here they are. So I put a piece of washi tape on my scissors that are sticky, so I don't continue to use all of my scissors and make them all sticky, because that's no fun. Just going to put it around the edges. We need a couple for the inside.
Stacy asked, what do you do with all the cards you create?
Well, that is a great question. So sometimes I sell them, not very often, but right now I'm going to be having the new release party on the 13th of this month, and we are going to be giving away some of the cards. I'll get there. I'll be giving away some of the backstock of cards I have that people have seen me make in the past couple of weeks. So all you have to do is be present. We'll tell you a hashtag to put in there if you want the card, and then we're going to spin the wheel and you just get it. I'll just mail it to you. So right now it could be yours if you watch the new release party, which is also a birthday party for both Dale and I.
And the store.
Huh?
And the store.
And the store's 1 year anniversary. And we are going to do that on the 13th on YouTube on that Happy Crafty Ho Ho channel. So I'm pretty sure Drea's here. It's her channel that we're going to have the party on.
She's been gracious enough to host us for our third release.
Yes, she's hosting our party. And there will be prizes, and we will show the new release in detail. We will color the free digital stamp that will become the new free digital stamp that will become available on that day. It's going to be a big party, a big bash, and Drea, if you're here, you can put your YouTube channel link in.
Yeah, and we'll definitely next week we'll post we'll do a post in the Fans Will Do Design Facebook group with the link to the site.
Yeah, so you'll know how to get to the party, so you can make it to the party. But you do have to be present, because you have to, we'll tell you a hashtag, and you'll have to put that hashtag in so the system will pick up your name and know that you want to be in the drawing. And we'll be doing that for prizes as well. So I'm putting some glue on this sticky part because I want to make sure I can center this over that circle. There she goes. She put it on there for you. That's the link to her YouTube channel. That's where we'll be after. That's where I'll be tonight after this video is over there on her channel. I sneak in over there quite often. So if you miss me and you want to come hang with us, you can either hang with them, or you can, if I happen to be there as well, you can hang with all of us. We usually are there like almost every night.
Come join the late night crew.
Come join the late night crew. It's super fun. We have a fabulous time over there.
And Drea likes pandas.
Drea likes pandas. So there might be some pandas in my future. Okay. I don't think this is the circle that goes inside that circle because it's too big. But I do think this was the right one. So I'm going to I'm not going to put that. I'm just going to scatter the circles. I also want to use the sentiment of I'm fluttering by and suddenly forgot why, because I think that's funny. And who doesn't like a funny card? I love pandas. Me too. I love pandas too. Um, I should have, um, probably, yeah, I'll just use this paper that we used from the outside of that to stamp my sentiment. And I'm going to switch from my Memento to my VersaFine Clair because it's a little bit more crisp and really good at stamping sentiments. It gives me a little bit deeper, darker black. I love this little block that I have right here, and I got this block from Sandy from the Sassy Club. Look, I pressed a little bit hard on the top. See, it's a little bit darker and thicker up there, so I'm going to stamp it one more time. I have some scrap paper here I could use. This time, I'm not going to rock it. I don't have that problem with, I don't have the rocking problem with photopolymer, but with rubber, there's a lot more ability to rock this stamp. There we go. Much, much better. So that one turned out a lot better, so we're going to use that one. I'm going to cut it out myself. I'm going to give it a second to dry. I'm going to fussy cut it around the edges to show you how easy it is to just cut out your sentiment and make it look like you used a die with it. So just wiggle your paper a little bit like you're going around the letters, and it gives that same impression of a die. It's not perfect, but it is a quick fix when you don't have a die for it. Just go around the longer letters. Trying not to touch. Some of the letters are still a little bit wet, so I'm trying not to touch those. And then you have an adorable little sentiment, and it looks like you cut it out with the die. I'm going to go one step further than that, I think. Let's see if it fits in one of these circles. So it fits perfectly in that one. Maybe I'll use it in that circle. Or maybe I'll do it like this. I'll stick this within the circle. Because the circle's big enough to give us all that space around it. I'm going to press it with my soda press. And then I'm going to cut around it the same way I did, but with a little bit border. So it looks like I had a shadow die for this one, even though I don't. Doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as you're close. No one is going to know the difference. As long as you're close. Just wiggle around there. Just like that. And now you have a mat. It's really simple. It works really well. I kind of want them to be right in the center, but I'm not sure if that's going to work with the sentiment. I also want to use these little dots around the card. So this one's the same size, so we can't use them on top of each other. I'm trying to decide which way is the right way. I think it's this way. And then, I don't know if I like that. I think I like the blue though. I may put this flower down here in the bottom. Oh, I bet this one goes on this one. Yep. So that one might look really good down here. I think I might put a little dot on the top of the card. This one can go over here. this one, I'll do under that. See if I have enough space. Nope. Maybe I'll just stick without the flowers. I kind of like it with the blue dots. We'll do them like that. This one will go at the bottom. Like this. I'm going to put it right there. Then we can see our houses, we can see our dots, we can also bling up. So let's start sticking them down. Sometimes I try not to spend too much time deciding where I want everything to go, and I'll place it and then just start sticking it, because once it's stuck, then you have no choice and you take all of the second guessing out of it. And I like that, so I like to just be done. I like the colors this card is making. Is so pretty. I think I'm really liking this card. I think I'm going to go in between for this one. So this is, probably need to stick this down. I want the edges to stick. And we wanted this to go here in between. I'm going to press all that down so it sticks really nicely. I think I'm going to put some pop on this as well. Right here. And then I'm probably going to need a half a piece. Oops, don't want to cut it with those scissors, make them sticky. And then we can put one here and one here, and that should take care of it standing up. Oops. There we go. That way it can go on top of the little circles if we pop it up. Okay, we didn't end up using those, and I'm okay with that. I'll save them and use them for something else. Now we need a little bit of bling. So, because everything goes better with bling. So I'm pretty sure I have some really good bling for this. So I'm going to open. So I have yellow with sparkles. These are the resin dots from our shop. So I have yellow with sparkles, or I think I might like this one better. Well, I also have this one. I mean, so many options. This one is peachy, and it will bring in that color from the background. So maybe that one. Or I have blue. Nope, I think it's going to be the peachy color. This is actually called peach bling, but I like it on this card because I feel like it looks a little bit more on the orange side and matches that. You get like 90 something of these when you order them from our shop. They're made in-house. So can't get them anywhere else because we actually make them. I say we lightly. Dale actually makes them. I think I only want one big one. So that's 3, 4, 5. That's how many I want. I think I'm going to put the biggest one maybe up here. The glue will squirt out around it if you have enough glue under there. But it dries, barely dries clear, so it's no problem. I press it with my soda press to make sure it gets on there all the way. And I don't worry about that excess glue because it'll dry clear. Then I'm going to put a little one here and maybe a medium one here. That's probably a little bit too much glue, but that's okay. It dries clear. So there we go. And then we have this little one here. And then I'm going to put a couple of them down here. So one here and one here. And there we go. I'm going to press this. I think this is 5. I think I want 2 more tiny ones because I think I'm going to add some more. I just really like the way they look on here. So I'm looking for the tiny ones. There's 2 right there. Why am I not just picking it up with this? I don't know. You guys, it's been a long day. Slippery little suckers. Then I can put one here, and I can put one over here. And that will be the perfect combo for me. And this one over here. And now I have bubbles all around this sweet little guy. Beautiful card. You love it. So beautiful and bright and cheerful. You're very welcome. I hope to see you there. Oh, you'll see me. Like the peach. Me too. I love the peach. So let me hold this up so you guys... Oh, we didn't do the white gel pen. You guys can't let me forget that. I always forget that. So we need to do the eyes again just to make them really stand out. I'm going to give it just a teeny bit, a little bit of weight down there at the bottom. I'm going to put a little bit up here in the wings just for a little bit of accent there. We'll just put a tad bit on the top of these. And then maybe a little bit down here. Just adding a little bit extra, just a little extra fun. Okay, now let me make sure this focuses so you guys can see. There we go. Look at those eyes. Oh my goodness. I'm fluttering by and suddenly I forgot why. How cute is that? Isn't that fun? I love that these circles worked out really well. There we go. Now we have a beautiful card for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you liked it. I hope you'll watch the replay. If you do, please like and subscribe. So we're trying to grow that channel so we can move and do some videos over there as well. That is the Doux Designs channel. You can also find it via Copic_diva. I will be over at the Crafty Ho-Ho channel in a little while when they go live. And if you want to join us there as well, you hop over there and see us. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me. Unity stamps and not too shabby paper. I hope you guys had fun. I will see you next week on Tuesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time. And probably a Friday night preview. Probably a little bit earlier so nobody has to miss Craft Roulette. But we'll let you know that next week, the time. And then I will we will be partying a week from Saturday for the new release. I hope you're looking forward to it as much as I am. Good night. Love you guys. See you next week. Or over at Happy Crafty Ho Ho in a little bit. Good night.